Once upon a time, there was a little boy named Teddy. Teddy loved playing in his bedroom, surrounded by all his favorite toys. But Teddy didn't always put his toys away, so his room was often messy. One sunny morning, Teddy's mum walked into his room. "Oh my," she said, smiling. "Look at this mess. Toys everywhere." Teddy looked around. There were blocks near the door, stuffed animals on the floor, and puzzle pieces under the bed. "It's okay, Mum," Teddy said. "I know where everything is." Mum chuckled and shook her head. "It's good that you know, but a messy room can be dangerous. Someone could trip over your toys." Teddy didn't think much about it. After all, he'd never tripped before. That afternoon, Mum came into Teddy's room with a basket of clean clothes. But as she walked, her foot landed on a toy car, and she slipped. "Ouch!" Mum cried as she bumped her arm against the doorframe. Hearing the noise, Teddy ran to his room. "Mum, are you okay?" he asked, his eyes wide with worry. Mum was sitting on the floor, rubbing her arm. "I'm okay, Teddy," she said with a small smile. "Just a little bump." But when Teddy saw the toy car near her foot, his heart sank. "It's my fault," Teddy whispered. "If I had cleaned up my toys, this wouldn't have happened." Mum sits on Teddy's bed, gently rubbing her arm, while Teddy sits beside her, looking very sad. Teddy sat beside Mum, feeling terrible. "I'm so sorry, Mum," he said quietly, his voice shaky. "I didn't mean for you to get hurt." Mum wrapped her arm around Teddy. "Thank you for saying sorry, sweetheart," she said kindly. "Accidents happen, but when we admit our mistakes, we can learn to do better next time." Teddy nodded, wiping away a tear. "I'll never leave my toys on the floor again. I promise, Mum." Teddy puts blocks into a box while Mum picks up stuffed animals. "Let's tidy up together," Mum suggested. She handed Teddy a box for his blocks. When everything has a place, it's easier to keep things neat. Teddy smiled and got to work. He picked up his blocks, put his puzzle pieces in their box, and lined up his stuffed animals on the shelf. Mum helped too, and soon the room was tidy and safe. "This is actually fun," Teddy said as he placed his last toy on the shelf. Mum laughed. "And now, no one will trip and get hurt," she said, admiring their work. When they finished, Teddy and Mum stood in the doorway and looked at the clean room. "It looks so much better," Mum said. Teddy nodded proudly. "From now on, I'll clean up my toys every day. I don't want anyone to get hurt because of me again." Mum gave Teddy a big hug. "That's a wonderful promise, Teddy. I'm very proud of you." Later that evening, Mum and Teddy sit on the sofa in the living room. Teddy holds his favorite bedtime story. That evening, Teddy and Mum snuggled up on the sofa for story time. Mum looked at Teddy and said, "Do you know what I loved most about today? You said sorry and took responsibility for your actions. That's very grown-up of you." Teddy smiled. "I'll remember, Mum. Saying sorry feels good because it makes things better." Mum hugged him tightly. "It does, Teddy. And the best part is learning from our mistakes and doing better next time." From that day on, Teddy always kept his room tidy. He felt happy knowing that he was doing the right thing, and if he ever did anything wrong, he would always say he was sorry. The end. I hope you enjoyed our story. Please tell all your friends about our stories about emotions. Thank you for watching.